Bonjour et bienvenue dans Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishment. Donc on est sur PS4. Là on va essayer de vous faire découvrir la première enquête. Bon, on ne la fera pas entièrement parce qu'on fait une vidéo d'un quart d'heure. On va essayer de vous montrer les systèmes de jeu aussi principalement.
Holmes!
Bon, là on peut voir c'est juste de l'interaction, c'est du point and click. Quand c'est l'objet on se met ouvert.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Et en pointant l'objet on a une liste d'action, c'est du point and click.
You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Donc déjà en fait on a une chambre qui permet de nous déguiser. Là il faut juste s'habiller normalement. En fait c'est qu'on doit aller dans certains endroits pour pas se repérer. On peut se déguiser en bandit, en marin. Excusez-moi c'est le carnet. Tac. Là faut s'habiller pour pas sortir, juste pas sortir en peignoir. On va prendre le premier venu. La formelle. Là on a le carnet, on a une carte, là on a les tâches à faire au cours de l'enquête. La carte pour se déplacer. Alors ça c'est assez énervant, on a énormément de points de changement en charrette dans les déplacements périlleux. Après qu'on avance dans l'enquête on peut utiliser pour remplir son carnet ou faire ses missions. Et là comme on commence à peine, ça sert à rien.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Ok, donc avant de rejoindre, on va commencer à diminuer les lieux sur le trajet. Là, quand ça avance, ça veut dire qu'on peut mettre des éléments peu perceptibles, de façon perceptible, comme ici les traces de pas.
These footprints appear to be quite large. It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Là en fait pour l'instant ça va au mais en fait même les petits détails comme ça après ça sert notamment lors des interrogatoires, ça permet d'avoir des révélations. Là justement on va faire le premier interrogatoire.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Ok, donc là avant les interrogatoires, ce qu'il est conseillé de faire, c'est d'analyser le personnage, ça permet aussi d'avoir des indices et aussi de manipuler la façon dont on va l'interroger alors que la personne nous ment. Donc c'est de repérer ces détails sur elle. Hop, hop, au niveau de la tête, il n'y a rien, on avance. Là, il y a un machin. Hop. Sur les mains. Ouais, là je l'ai baissé complètement, effectivement je serai assez fixé.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh, yeah.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Donc là, c'est pas un mensonge, mais il faut avancer la preuve de ce qu'on dit. C'est par rapport au pèlerinage, vu qu'on a les objets qu'on a examinés sur elle, dont la 3 par exemple.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Maintenant, on va examiner le corps.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Donc là c'est pareil, on met la vue subjective parce que c'est pour marquer les détails sur la serrure. Ouais, on peut voir les rayures que quelqu'un a essayé de la forcer. C'est peut-être le tueur qui a essayé de revenir. Ça on sait pas encore, on le découvre parce qu'on aura plusieurs suspects au fur et à mesure.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool. What a terrible way to die.
Non, zone de crime, c'est où il y a le plus d'indices à ramasser. Déjà on va passer par ceux qui sont difficiles à remarquer. Ici par exemple il manque quelque chose.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
On va examiner toi en premier.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Il y a des indices à ramasser aussi. Donc ça, c'est...
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Oui, il va avoir ses déductions. Pour l'instant, je ne sais pas si on va ramasser assez d'indices pour en faire, mais on verra après. Il va y avoir déjà le maximum d'indices avant de commencer à faire des déductions. Les photos.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Je vais examiner ça, on va faire la table.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Ok, là c'est un mini-jeu qu'on peut passer assez rapidement, c'est pour... ça lui permet de retrouver Origine du tabac, on fait construire un bateau un peu, c'est